I never meant to be so bad to you. One thing I said that I would never do. I look from you and I would fall from grace, and I would wipe the smile right from my face. Do you remember when we used to dance, and incidents arose from circumstance? One thing led to another, we were young, and we would scream together, songs unsung. It was the heat of the moment, telling me what my heart meant. The heat of the moment showed in your eyes. And now you find yourself in 82. The disco house spots hold no charm for you. You can't concern yourself with bigger things. You catch a pearl and ride the dragon's wings. 'Cause it's the heat of the moment, the heat of the moment, the heat of the moment showed in your eyes. Upon and you're alone. How many nights you sit beside the phone? What were the things you wanted for yourself? Teenage ambitions you remember well. It was the heat of the moment, telling you what your heart meant. The heat of the moment showed in your eyes. It was the heat of the moment, the heat of the moment, the heat of the moment showed in your eyes. The heat of the moment, the heat of the moment, the heat of the moment showed in your eyes.
Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 59th edition of the Community Pulse. And it's going to be another great show. We have everybody's favorite, Lori's Mishmash, co-hosting, a brilliant pianist, composer, just a brilliant talent in Donna Mitchell. I'm really excited to introduce her, to get to know her myself even more, to this wonderful community that we have. And it's going to be a great show. That opening track was a very good friend of mine, Amy Wallace. I've known her for quite some time now. And now she's coming in to our community more and more, and it's really great to have her. That was, she's away on holidays, so she's going to catch this tomorrow on replay, I guarantee it. She sent me a message saying that she put together this cover, Heat of the Moment Asia cover, as you all know, with her really good friend, I'm going to pronounce it Dao, I hope I did it right, and her brother Chris. The link that you have there is, I believe it's Aline Pyre. Please go follow that link and offer up some support. If in case you all didn't know, yes, Lori, she was in a collab with us, and Lori, and we have another collab coming up for the charity album, featuring Amy Wallace, Hetriani, Lori, K Kung drums. It's going to be fantastic. You're all going to love it. All right, let's get on with the show. Mr. Smith, welcome. All right, we always shout out these channels at the beginning of the show. Jade Star, live interviews every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Please don't miss her shows. They're fantastic shows. I was fortunate enough to be on a couple of them. And Lori was on not too long ago, again for her second time. It's just a brilliant show she has, and she does such an amazing job with the interviews. Independent Many United every Friday at 8 p.m. Half the stream is music, the other half is just discussions. 15th Bend every Thursday at 9 p.m. Chad Freeman, Sunday on Sunday. I have to get more details from Chad. If you can send me an email or DJ Big Red, because I know you're doing the Grunge Saturday. I don't know if that's every Saturday, but Chad Freeman, please go offer up some support. He'll help your channel grow. And as a matter of fact, Chad Freeman's going to be on the show next week with Brothers on Guitar, and you're going to just love that show. Francis and Ian have the replay every other Sunday at 8 p.m. I'm so sorry, Maple Leaf hockey, playoff hockey. I'm going to be missing a lot of streams. So, and we won our first game. Let's see where we go from there. All right. Francis and Ian have an amazing show. A lot of fun. You'll see Hetriani, Gary Hubbs. You see all the OGs there. Of course, Lori, Mark. All right. Thomas Christ every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Y'all who are watching this on replay, please submit your music to these channels. Thomas Christ has a simple form you fill out and you just submit. It's free. Share your music. Many of us in here have grown this way. Pete Johns every Sunday at 7 p.m. has Your Music Live. Same deal. Fill out the form and submit. And then we have Lori's Mishmash. All you have to do is email Lori, find her on Facebook, Instagram, tell her you got a song, and I'm telling you, she's going to share it across the world. Lori's just a fantastic human being. Like I said, I put her on this because I believe she is the glue in all these communities, and I love everything she does. All right, we have a new closing song. It is Family by Liza Day, but it's a new rendition. DJ Big Red or Folk Punk is posting this now. You'll hear it at the end of the show, but this is a link to her topic channel. She's doing a lot of great things. Please go check it out, and I'll shout out another song that she just released in a few minutes. Just to recap, tonight at 9 p.m., you will all be dumped over to Vince Janella. He has a fantastic show. I love Vince. Who doesn't? Just another brilliant guitarist, and it's just so fun to be in there. And that's the Monday Night Live Jam and Hang. So, yeah, like I said, if we run a little bit over, which we do, feel free to stop over. If not, you'll all be dumped there anyways. You won't have a choice. All right. And then following that, we have Monday Night Live with Axe and Nacho. Yes. So I want to move along so we don't have Donna waiting back there too long. This week's featured channel. I met this artist, as I've done, and I'm sure all of you can attest to. If we didn't come directly from Pete John's channel, which I did, it's indirectly through Thomas Christ, Jade Star, Metalhead Hippie, and there's another OG Metalhead Hippie. They just do so much for the community, and this is where I met many of you, but this artist here, UFCE Baba, just another brilliant artist. This week's featured channel, you'll find it pinned at the top of the chat. So please go offer up some support. I created a little montage which has gone live about 10-15 minutes ago, and I'm gonna play it here. It's a musical family, and it truly is his family, judging by if you go into the About Us, and they're out of Turkey, led by, I hope I don't butcher it, Afuk Çelik, and a unique and diverse channel with music in English and Turkish. If any of you have ever watched the Ertuğrul, it's a series about the Ottoman Empire, and yeah, I binge watched throughout the beginning of COVID, and the music, I'm saying this because the music that he creates, I think could have been part of that soundtrack for that show. It's just fantastic stuff. So let's have a listen to UFCE Baba, and please go offer up some support.
When you think you've lost your way, you feel like giving up, like the king of the universe ran out of luck. Now there's a way to hold on. Rivers of tears.
How much I missed you. Why did you hit me so deep? You're not even reading my words. vollständig, du bist mein Leben. Ich sage die ganze Zeit, ich liebe dich.
Teosofi ve entrosof, şüphe yok muvaffakiyetinin sırrı sureti.
Yeah, wasn't that just awesome? Yeah, so please, once again, the link will stay at the top of the chat throughout the show, and please go offer up some support. I don't want to waste any more time. I've got, Lori chose a really cool video for her selection, but I'm going to bring her on because normally I play it and then bring on the co-host, but let's bring her on so she can talk a little about what she... Oops, I gotta add you first. Then I can do that. And then I should be kind and unmute you.
I've learned not to talk yet until I see the little unmute button go off. Hi, Frankie. Hi, everybody.
How you doing, cuz?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We got a lot of fantastic people in the chat.
We do.
Bass Girl, we got Smith, we got Dell, we got Real Justine. Snooks is going to be dropping all Donna's links throughout the show. You got Cubic Lover, you've got Folk Punk, of course, Crimson Crux, Mike and Don. There's so many Bonfire.
You guys rock.
Yeah. Frank Mel. We got to get you on the show, Frank. I think
Frank Mel
for an email. So
send him an email. Sorry, I got something in my eye, of course, right when I go on. It's like,
and hi, Paul?
Huh?
Maybe?
What? Eyeball. It's totally bugging. I think it's just schmegma. Anyhow, hi, everybody. I hope everybody had a great Easter. How about you, Frankie?
I had a fantastic
Did you mangia tutta?
Easter. I didn't eat that much this Easter.
Oh,
but
on purpose?
No, it was just one of those weird weekends. I couldn't coordinate with both kids. Seems like everybody's got separate lives, and it was just one of those years where the onus is on me. Like, I should have planned it well ahead, but I didn't.
It happens.
But yeah, no, it was good. I got to take Lorenzo and Antonia to see my sister up north. It was a nice drive, lovely. And he was so good in the back of the car.
So he's feeling better?
Yeah, much better. He's doing fantastic. Good. Yeah. So, Donna, Donna, you were so excited when you found out that we were
my first pianist interview.
Yes.
I love you guitarists and singers, but I'm a pianist. Notice I'm saying it correctly.
Yes, you are. You won't say it like me. It's me they make fun of. All right. So we got your song choice was Freedom by Wham.
Yeah.
And on the show I typically don't like covers, but Lori, you do such an amazing job with covers and bringing people together and always involving somebody.
Love to meet new people
when you can. I love that in you. And if you think you're just hiding that, what you do, everybody sees it. That's
Oh,
what
you're so
makes
sweet
you-
to me. You're so
you.
sweet.
Yeah.
I try. Well, that's
Tell
what.
us about this one. I didn't want to watch it until
Okay, it's an old one. It's an old one.
Yeah.
You know, every time I've been on here a few times, as you all know, you're probably so sick of my stupid head, but my head. But I love being on with you, Frankie, and I love the people I meet, the artists that I meet. But it's always hard to like pick one song, and it's so difficult. And I went back to this one because I've reached another milestone in my subs. Not that that's a big deal, but this one I put out 3 years ago when I hit 5,000 subs, and it actually gives a good representation of how I built my channel. So it shows a little clip of all my subs. It shows a little clip of all the live shows I've done or food things. And in the meanwhile, I'm playing in the background. You don't see me playing, but I'm playing to the song itself. And it's a clip of basically at that point, I think I got everybody that I did a collab with in this video. Since then, it's been 3 years. I don't know if I could do another one. It'll probably last a lot longer than this song because I've met so many more awesome people. So if you're not in this one, you will be in the next one when I get to 10,000.
don't
Wishful
take it
thinking.
personal.
Don't take it personal. Yeah, this is a really old one, but it was fun. And I figured
All
that
right.
would be a great one to start with.
Beautiful. Let's do it. This is
All right.
a cover, a Wham cover titled "Freedom."
Wham!
Every day I hear a different story. People saying that you're not good for me. So
So much fun. That was awesome. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. I get so sniffy every time I see that video. Like all the people I've met, I get so like emotional. It's like, oh.
Yeah, I know. You got to see a lot of a young Mark Tanner.
Yeah.
That was so
A young
cool.
Laurie, a young Cameron.
young
Yeah.
Laurie, a young everybody, well before my time. All right. Let's bring on our featured channel and then a featured artist. And I don't want to keep her backstage any longer. It's 7:45. All right, you're all gonna love Donna Mitchell. Let's call her the queen of the composers in this community. She's just brilliant. JJ put together some words based on her About Us on the 2 channels. This will give you a little description of what Donna is about, a little short intro, and then we'll bring Donna on. Hope you all enjoy this. How beautiful is that?
Gorgeous.
Yeah, let's bring on our featured artist, ladies and gentlemen. Donna Mitchell.
Donna! Yay! Unmute her.
Move myself down here. Unmute her, of course, because that's what you're supposed to do with guests.
Every week, Frank. Hi,
Every
Donna.
week.
Hi, that was
are you?
great. I love that presentation. Can I have it?
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I normally send a copy. I guess
Okay,
I will definitely send you a copy.
thank
That's,
you.
JJ took
I'm
some words
having a
from.
hard time making the chat work for me. I joined the chat, but it didn't let
Are you
me.
in StreamYard joining it?
Yeah.
It might not be linked up to your account. Sometimes it says you have to
Right.
link through Facebook or something, but
So it's not letting me make any comments. But
Oh.
Well, you can say it live.
thank you so much.
she sees you, she hears you. Yeah.
I hear you,
Yeah, just
but
speak.
it's not letting me comment. But
Darn it.
Not everyone.
Well, it's great to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited because, like I said earlier, you're my first pianist to ever
Uh,
interview or just have a conversation with. And some of my questions may be self-indulgent
okay.
because I'm curious for myself. So chat, stick with me here. But I have a few questions that I want to know about because you're so amazing when it comes to, well, first of all, composing goes way beyond me, but teaching too. I want to know a lot about the teaching. But
Okay.
I want to start with, Frank, am I jumping in too soon? Okay.
Like you care, anyways.
Yeah, I'll just take a Frankie. You can go take a nap for a little bit. No, so I want to go way back, Donna. I want to know
Okay.
when you started taking piano lessons as a child. Were you a child?
I was not young. I was like
Okay.
a teenager.
Cool.
I wanted to play when I was real young,
Mm-hmm.
and we had this old piano on the back porch, which was not heated, and I used to tinker on it, and
Yeah.
then the whole piano just fell apart.
Oh.
They got rid of it, and I couldn't take lessons because we had no piano. So it was like in high school, they finally bought me a piano and said, "You're taking lessons now." So
Awesome.
then I didn't start till I was like a junior in high school.
Okay, cool.
Tried to catch up with everyone.
Well, yeah, I think you caught up and went beyond everyone because I started when I was 7, which was probably, I think, most parents want to put their kids into some sort of lessons, right? Most of them.
Right.
And the kids at that point don't really have a choice. So it's great that you made the choice on your own to do it.
Mhm.
I loved music my whole life, but I didn't necessarily say, I want lessons. In fact, my brothers and sisters all took and they quit. And I said, I'm kind of liking this. But I think maybe at your age, it would stick more because I don't recall how I learned to read a note.
I played clarinet first for, all through fifth
Okay.
through high school. So I had clarinet behind me in choir. So it wasn't like I didn't know music. So, but
Yeah,
clarinet
and that
was
helps.
just okay. That wasn't really what I wanted to do. I really wanted to play the piano. So my parents finally got the message that I wanted to, and they started me on lessons.
How many years did you take before you stopped and said, I think I had enough?
It was like, it's probably 12 years, something like that. But it was off and on because I went to college and took lessons there. And then I got married and had kids, took lessons. And then I took lessons again sporadically while I had kids. And then when my kids graduated, I went back to university and earned my degree and really took lessons.
That was your focus of study. Yeah. Okay.
That was in 2011. So not that long ago, I got my degree.
Well,
But
congratulations.
like
Really recent. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a dream of mine. I went to college, but didn't finish because I got married and had a bunch of kids. So,
And we're going to talk about personal kids. Yeah. In a little bit.
I decided once my kids were out, I was going back and I was going to get that degree. So
Good for you.
did that and finished up.
What did you like and not like about your teacher, if anything? The one that originally
I had
taught you.
lots of different teachers. I had some great ones and I had a real mean one too. I had one that was just really nasty. And I go home crying.
What is that movie what was that movie where the kid was, the orchestra instructor was really hard on the kid. He was a drummer. I can't remember the name of it. It was really good. I think it got an Oscar, but anyhow, I never had a mean teacher like that. But my teacher was from the old school Greek, Orthodox, and just more, he was more adamant about me cutting my nails and keeping my wrists up and having them washed.
Right.
And I'm like, we're going to learn something here. And he's like, wrists up,
She was just plain mean. She'd say things like, well, I don't think you're going to amount to anything.
In your face, teacher, in your face. Okay. Well, now, so then you went to college and you decided you want to teach as well, besides learning.
Well, I was really teaching piano before I got my degree in theory and composition because I played for church. And then people say, would you teach my daughter? So it just kind of word of mouth, I started teaching. Yeah. And, I'd had several years of piano anyway, so I really knew what I was doing. But when I went to university and got my degree, I had to do accompanying and, of course, do recitals and all the stuff that goes along with earning a music degree. And so I got a lot of students that way and then started a formal studio. And I taught for an after-school program with, several students at once with a co-teacher for several years. And then I went on to teach in Georgetown at some Montessori schools, and I taught private lessons through them. Then I quit that after a few years, and then now I'm just doing private lessons in my home.
Good for you. Okay. What's your teaching style? Because I remember, I think I remember just learning how to read a note on a staff. I'd never learned theory. I don't know if maybe that was supposed to come after the point where I quit. I said, I know how to read, so I'm done.
I just use a lot of combinations of things. I use a method book, and we try to use the improvisation too, and teach them how to not only read music but make up music, do fun things, and compose their own little things. So it's a different style of a combination of things.
Totally. Okay. Well, because when people ask, go ahead, Shuffler.
No. Yeah. All right. I'm going to shout out and we'll continue with the shout out. So, as you all know, the Community Pulse, we create a playlist. When we first started, the playlist maybe consisted of about 100. It is now at 159. These are just premieres that happen throughout the week, typically from Monday morning to Sunday night. And you can catch whatever you felt you missed if you want to browse through. The 59th edition is now live. Let's start with some shout-outs. Start off with our man, Folk Punk, Someone to Nourish Me, a brilliant track. Unshackled Spirit, All My Old Friends, Obsidians Now, The Old Rugged Cross, Jim A. Bear, Forest of the Wolf had a couple of premieres, Crowmaster, JM Unleashed, Mary with Hallelujah, that's my good friend from Italy, Gordium 85, aka Pseudoscience, Discordia Volume Number 4. Dell keeps pumping out brilliant tracks. I saw Dell this morning on Metalhead Hippies live stream. That was a lot of fun, and I was so excited to see Jeff up and running again, and not playing video games because I can't keep up. David Joshua, Collide, a fantastic premiere. And then Lori, PJ Colby, Chris Lane. I've got just their links for their Blue Collar Man Styx full band cover. It was just fantastic.
Thank you.
That was so much fun. Yeah, great job by all. You'll see all three links there. Ian Luckett, Shake the Cage, Catherine McChrystal, our good new friend from, I'm going to say Ireland. I hope I'm not going to get punched in the face. I'm pretty sure. But please go check out Catherine McChrystal. She is going to be featured on the show soon. We're just trying to make some arrangements. Like I said, a new artist introduced to me by through D. Lynn. Let's go offer up some support. Ashley Dale Kelly, another new artist to my community. I've seen Ashley, I think, in Pete John's channel. I can't remember, it doesn't matter. But another brilliant talent. Adam Holtz, Robbie Stingle, Martin Kelly, who is in the chat. There's another fantastic creator, and some fantastic music Martin's putting out, maybe 2 a week. He is on a roll right now, really good stuff. I'm going to stop there, Lori.
Okay.
I do know we have a song on cue. I want to get right into playing some of Donna's music.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify now because there is a mixture. Donna has 2 channels, as we had in the intro. Donna, if you can just tell us about the 2 channels, and then you can tell us which channel this Jazz Solace tutorial is from.
Okay. I have the Jazz Solace on both channels now, but originally it was on my first channel that I started 4 years ago, I started getting the idea that tutorials were probably going to be the best thing for me to do for my sheet music channel, but I tried it out on my first channel. And the reason why is that just seems to be a growing trend that people want to find music and they like to see the actual sheet music while you're playing it. So that's why I created that.
Yes.
I've been doing a whole lot more of those on the sheet music channel.
Love that.
That it's kind of cool to be able to see the hands and see the music go by as you're playing it. Because if you're a piano player, that really helps the person know, how it's interpreted. And so that's why.
And I was going to ask you about that today too, is
it's really popular.
the way you film and the way that you compose, but we'll go into the song first and we'll get to that.
Yep. All right. Sounds good. Donna Mitchell, Jazz Solace Tutorial. Oh my. How beautiful is that?
See, now that just tickles me.
Yeah.
Thank you for all that compliments.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. I'm trying to follow along with you, and then you lost me at all those really the arpeggios. Like I forgot how to do the fingering for that. I remember it used to be, it would teach you with the 1, the 2, the 3, like which digit to use for those, but you just do it so flawlessly. And I know you've been doing it for a while, but it's gorgeous.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that would be professional level, intermediate level. I'm so bad with terms.
No, that's probably just intermediate level.
Okay.
It's not that high level. Most of the stuff that I do, I write for all levels from beginner to advanced, but I try to keep in the middle of the road so that a lot of YouTubers can use it. Just, average piano players. And so I've had some more advanced players to do some of my stuff, but if I keep it right in the middle, like intermediate level, it's more open to more people.
Appreciate that. I downloaded one of yours once. I don't know if you remember that. And
Yeah,
I played to it.
And
Yeah,
you
and
sent it to me. It was beautiful.
I did send it back. Yeah, and I think you were looking for a singer, but I always forget, or I did forget back then when I sent it to you that I watched it. I'm like, she has the sheet music, which I get really excited over sheet music because that's all I can play by is using sheet music.
That's great.
And yeah, I was so excited to see you had the sheet music, and I love that one. I think it was Serendipity, maybe.
But did you get that one? I thought you did How Lovely, or was it
Oh, it was Lovely. Yeah.
Lovely?
I actually have it written down. What the heck was it?
Lovely. Well,
Lovely. Yep.
someone did write words to that.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's put it out.
Okay. Well, she wrote the words to it, but she said, I don't want to sing it.
Oh, we got plenty of singers. We'll find a singer.
Getting on, and she doesn't sing professionally anymore. So it's just sitting there. No one sung it.
Well, it's amazing that you actually, so you compose sheet music. What makes you give some of these away for free? Like, that is just gold to some people. I know you do sell them. You have a website.
Yeah, I do. I sell them, but you know what? I don't sell that many originals. I sell mostly popular titles, like Beauty and the Beast, Interstellar. That's a popular one. Those kind of popular tunes. So that's why I've been promoting my sheet music by giving away free, because more people are going to take interest if they can get it free. And then that brings them into my channel, especially my sheet music channel, where they can find other stuff. So I don't mind giving away free at all, because it helps promote my channels and my music.
And we talked about that a little bit last week, is the algorithms. They'd love to see hashtag free or hashtag tutorial or hashtag sheet music rather than piano player. Yeah.
Well, when I put things out there, for instance, I have a set of etudes. Okay. Etudes just mean it's a work, something to help you with a particular technique and that. Yeah. And they don't, that no one takes them. I don't give them away free, but no one's buying them either. So I have this idea that I'm just going to start giving away. Then maybe they'll want them, because they're skeptical because they've got to pay for it. But if they get it free, it's like, this is pretty good, even though it's free, because a lot of people give away their, stuff that they create real quick, but I actually spend a lot of time on the free stuff too.
Well, of course you do. Yeah. Like what inspires you to compose? You have like so many beautiful songs. Now, obviously your genre is classical. That's what you like the best. I know you do. I know you do everything. You do jazz. You do. Yeah. Would you say that classical music's your favorite?
It is, because that's my background. When I was at university, I had to learn classics. Yeah. And so my instructors and professors, I had a one-on-one composing instructor, and he really, although he did modern stuff and some atonal and all this different stuff too, he had a classic approach. And so I think I got that from him and from some of my other professors. And I have a deep love for classical music too. So I think it's just influenced into my music. Although I'm trying to go outside of that and do more modern stuff, jazz and more popular, but it takes time, to get into that.
Well, I love that piece that you just had. It was in the 6/8 time, which is, not the most popular one to use, but I was trying, like I said, following along with you and being like, okay, that 8th note is really held for this beat. And, but I tell people when I learned piano that I was classically trained. Now, I don't know if I'm using the right term, and I wanted to ask you, when I say classically trained, I mean, I was taught to read sheet music. So, if I wanted to go into an orchestra, that just put the stand in front of me and do it.
I would call that classic training. Yes. Okay. Yeah, there are different approaches to learning. There are different methods where they learn by ear and then learn by notes later. That's the method. But if you're classically trained, you're basically learning how to read music and read it correctly and be able to interpret correctly. So, yeah, I'm sure that's what you did. Okay.
Because when I explain it to people, I'm like, I think I'm explaining it correctly, but of course I'm not at your level where I can read every single beat. I can read notes, but some of the beats mess me up still. And I'm not talking half notes and whole notes and 8th notes and 16th notes. I'm talking, the weird ones with the
little weird ones there.
Yeah. But I love the way that you videotape over your hands. Now I can't do that. And a lot of people are like, oh, you got the sheet music in front of you. Not that they don't trust me or believe that I'm playing, but they're like, we want to see you, or we want to see your hands. Right. And I don't have the angle. So how do you get that angle? Because I want to learn that.
All right. Well, so I have different equipment. I have a digital piano for one thing that rolls. It's on wheels, so I can move it around in the room, like in this room right here. Or I used to have it in my other room with my grand piano, but it got too crowded. But anyway, I will move that to where the best light is. Usually this window over here has good light. Face it.
Lovely. Yeah.
And then I get my tripod that has a boom arm on it. And I think I explained this to you the other day.
Yeah.
But I just use my
I need one of those pop things. Yes.
cell phone with a pop on it. And then I have a little thing prong that I slide it onto, and I have a level. I level things out to make sure that things aren't wonky.
This is detailed, people, right? I mean, this is
straight because I don't stand anything bad. And then have a ladder, of course, because it's really high. It's probably about 5.5 feet high. So I'm up and down the ladder.
I would fall on my butt, but yeah, I think I told you. So I have this mic stand, and this is what I use to film myself with, from a distance. But in order to get it to the piano, I can get a boom arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I usually just do it to the side of my piano, not above me. I've never thought of that because I didn't think it would go that high.
If you get the right kind, you can get it way up there.
Yeah.
And so I do that. That is the process of just filming my hands. I do not use the sound from my phone because it's not that great.
Right.
So then the other part of it is using my digital piano to record my performance, save it on a flash drive, and then take it into a program where I can switch out the sound.
I'm so impressed.
So I switch out.
She does all this.
And then I put it into another program, DaVinci Resolve, to combine the audio with the video.
The video of it.
And you mix them together, and then you do other stuff to make it.
Yeah, good for you. So when I record before I film. And so I record into an interface, and it saves as an MP3 or a wave. And then when I'm ready to do my video, I mean, and you've seen me doing my videos, I'm in wigs and I'm trying to be flashy. So it's a lot different than, taking the time and playing. But I still play the music, but then I have to line up, where I am, like you do, to the actual audio that I want people to hear, not the goofy audio.
Mixing and stuff like that you got to do with the sound and so forth, and making sure that you sync. Sync is the big thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to be off on that video with the actual music.
Well, especially with both of your hands showing like that, like in clear daylight by the window. I mean, I can fudge a little bit when I have my stand up in front of me. Oh, they didn't see,
There's no, I mean, if you're playing the wrong note, it shows,
Yeah.
Unless, you don't know music and that. But anyway, there's been times I had to fix things. I will confess.
I hear you.
All right,
Go ahead, Frankie.
Continue with some shout outs.
Okay.
This is fantastic stuff.
Okay,
I do want to shout out my man Steve Sherman is in the house. Everybody, please. This is a gentleman that's responsible for all the fantastic music that he helps me produce. Thank you, Steve.
Hi,
Welcome.
Steve. Yay.
There is a gentleman in the chat, Noura's guitar channel, which reminds me a lot of what you're doing, Donna.
Yeah.
Except
I listen to Nora's guitar channel.
It's fantastic stuff, and great to see you. So every week he's got a few different posts. Anybody watching in chat, if you're a beginner, there's two great channels to check out now. There's Donna's and Noura's guitar channel. Please go check it out. Adorable Anarchy, Drew the Genius Music, Don't Push Me, Wesley Media Hub, Stephen Ewert, Ricochet, Gordon Lee Weaver, who we featured channel last week. These are all brilliant premieres that have been posted throughout the week. Tony McGreal, a brilliant guitarist. Frank Mel, who is in the chat. And yes, Frank, I think Folk Punk is waiting for your reply. We're trying to get you in for June. Tales Told in the Dark. I just love this channel. It just takes you away from music. It's a great channel. a lot of horror stories, true stories, some going back to the 1700s and up until current. This one here is Nine Knocks for Yes, Ireland's most haunted ghost. This is
I'm
pretty
scared.
cool because this ghost followed this person overseas. It's fantastic. Please go check it out. Dynamite Throw, Cubic Lover, 1972, put out a beautiful collab. Scary Garcia, Handful. Greg Pincus, who's going to be on our show soon. John Schur. Brian Drums, Losing My Religion, REM drum cover. Rose Ackerman, with In Vain. Old Man Music, out of Germany. Michael, aka Zealand, a good Canadian from Montreal, or Quebec at least. I know he's watching the Canadians, and we're getting an update minute by minute by Kinger's Music. Washington is up 1-0 against the Canadians. All right, there's going to be a lot of hockey talk in this. All right, Coleslaw Shaw, Gary Schaefer, and the Pickin' Pilot had a collab, as well as this original Beyond the Void. I'm sorry, The Very Best. Paul, Don't Let Go, and all Paul's music is mastered by DJ Big Red. Mr. Rock, Epiphone Evie. Doorways into Music, who really digs your stuff. I see that. Is It Really Okay? A beautiful track. Sonic Race, My Redeemer Lives, and No Lake, Speaking of Analog. Yeah, I'm going to stop there because the next song, we have another one on cue. This next song is called Mystic Mountain. You can tell us a little bit about that before we spin it.
This is one I wrote this more advanced, and I do have it for sale, but I've also had someone perform it on YouTube, Carlos. Can't think of his last name right now. And also Stefan Kraus has made an arrangement for orchestra with it too, which is really quite beautiful. In fact, it's one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
His arrangement. And then it's been featured on Hans. Can't think of his last name right now, but it's been featured on another channel too. So it's one of my favorites. I really like it.
What kind of music is this?
I would say it's based on a classic style, definitely.
Okay.
With a little bit of minimalism here and there.
Are we going to see the sheet music on this one or just the hands?
No, you won't see the sheet music on this one.
Because I was curious. All right.
Just video.
I'll take a peek behind the scenes. I know it's way beyond me, but I love hearing that.
All right, let's give it a spin. Mystic Mountain.
Thank you so much.
At the very end there.
Thank you for.
Let's get us back up.
We have a couple people asking what the crossover term is. I have no idea. What is it?
Yeah,
And
JJ was asking what the crossover technique is.
Nothing fancy, just crossover. What were you going to say, Frank?
Yeah, no, that was it. JJ was asking, what is that crosshand technique?
I saw that.
Crosshand technique. That's what it's called.
That's what it's called, JJ.
Yeah. I remember one of my very first pieces I had to learn, which probably most people did, was for Elise.
Oh, yeah.
And I probably was only 12, but I remember you had to do ding, 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 all the octaves, right? And then go back. And and of course, I did it perfectly at home, but I get at the recital in the small church when it's like, you could hear a needle drop. I did well. I shouldn't put myself down, but you feel like your hands are just floating along when you have like a million people watching you like live. So how do you do live still? Well, you must, because you're teaching, but do you, like, you in an orchestra or?
No, I'm a church musician, and I'm.
You said that, yep.
Yeah, hired pianist for my church, and they give me a salary for playing every Sunday. So I do.
That's
play
cool.
there. And then sometimes play for my kids' recitals, or other things come up like weddings and.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Events. So, but my comfort zone is mostly in this room.
Yes, me too.
Where I can back up and fix it if I mess.
Right.
It's like, okay, let's try that again.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, it's a beautiful room. I can tell by here. It looks perfect, like a little sanctuary where your piano is. That you can roll in or out. You said your grand piano's there as well?
No, my grand piano's in another room, and that's where I teach. And so it had both pianos in there because it was kind of nice to do duets, but it was so crowded. Yeah. I couldn't. And then when I get my equipment out, it was like a total disaster. So I thought,
forget about it. Yeah,
so
forget about it.
This guest room, as you can see, it has a pull-out bed. That's what that is.
Oh, cool. Yeah, one of the ones on the walls. Yep.
We did that last summer, and I moved my stuff in here so I'd have lots more room.
I love it. People have heard me say so many times, I want one room dedicated to my piano and my lights and my stands and everything that you need, the microphone and the monitor. But unfortunately, here I am.
Yeah, but that's nice. I know I have a friend that does it in a closet. So
some people have to do that. Yeah. My friend PJ Kobe had to record in closets many times. Hi, PJ, if you're out there. But no, I see you play and I miss having a real piano under my hands. Just the touch of it, the dynamics that you have are gorgeous, but you have touch sensitivity on these keyboards, but it's not the same.
It's not the same, and I play better on an acoustic piano. My grandpa.
Yeah.
I just play much better.
I have a quick question, Lori. How do we get the name on underneath? Just so I know
Oh.
everybody knows who you and I are. But there's,
Oh, yeah.
It's in, hold on.
if you can do that for me, thank you.
Sure.
And if you're okay, I'm going to continue with shout-outs while
Absolutely.
you're doing that. Again, like I said, this week there are 159 different premieres. So we're going to continue with Enigma Bird with a beautiful song called Parrots. And it features parrots. Really nice stuff. Dragon Orb Music. Mark Wade, Francis DiMarzio. You'll see both links for Land of the Old. Really cool original they created. Counterfeit Self, Why, Russ 8889, a tribute to his beautiful mother, Dot.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Yeah, that was just beautiful. And it's titled Rest in Paradise, Mum.
Oh.
Cubic Lover 1972 did Lori's Funk Groove track
Yay,
challenge.
Coob!
Yeah. Cats, Keys, and Captures. She was in here.
She's here,
and
yeah.
Your piano playing is making everybody cry, apparently, Donna. And I
so
have this segment called Pianists and Composers of Our Community.
She knows.
At how I know, but no, I just want to. People laugh at how I say it, and it's really cool because it is actually the highlight of this show. But the sound that I hear from a piano, I remember as a kid, the only time I would sit still in class, because I had my own issues, I just couldn't sit still. It hasn't changed much, but is when I would hear the piano play.
Oh, nice.
And it's just the most soothing, and it does something. And when I was watching some of the comments, Snooks and Kat, it's exactly what it does to me. It's just so I can't even articulate. It just soothes me, calms me right down, and then my mind is just blank, and it's beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah.
You don't like a loud trombone in your ear when you're trying to relax? No offense to the trombonists.
No. The other option is just crank up Hetriani.
That's true.
All right, we got Blue Gubrius, also participated in Lori's backing track.
Yay,
I'm
Blue.
trying to get a list of all of these. Maybe I'll get Lori to send me a list of everybody who participated, and maybe we can do a little segment of that, because I really dig what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I'm going to do my best to stay up this Friday. I was that close. My alarm went off. And I thought,
Right.
I already told you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'll tell you straight out.
I
I'm
know.
going to bed.
I know.
But it went off at midnight, and I thought, oh, beautiful, I made it. All right, I'm just going to lay down for a couple minutes and then go downstairs. Next thing you know, 4 o'clock in the morning. All right, John Lemon and Lemonade, a poet, a brilliant musician, composer. This one's called Prisoner. And he does a lot of collabs with a lot of people. I know he really loved the montage we created for Donna.
John and I are doing a collab soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, with Stephen Cross, too. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Alaskan rock star. I met, on Metalhead Hippie. Fender American Ultra 2 Stratocaster. HSS Maple Test 2. A beautiful short little jam. All right, Turtle Drum, the Starlings. Hugh Caldwell. Fun doing the funk backing track. Another participant for Lori's show. Lizaday, and that's why I know I've missed a couple, and
well, not all of them post on their channel afterwards, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
they don't have to post it.
All right, so as I mentioned at the start of the show, Lizaday sent me a message, and we spoke a bit, and she's really excited. She's got a lot of things going on. I'm not gonna get into too much of what we discussed, but she is really excited. She has a new one that just came out, and it's her first time she ever co-wrote with someone. And this is someone we all know. It features Allison 2020. Allison, as you all know, came into the scene maybe about 5-6 months ago, introduced by Liza Day. And this song's called Carry On. Right now, everything's going to the topic channel. Just because you can't leave a message, it's okay to listen to it and hit the thumbs up. So please do so. Paula Benson always makes you smile. One of the funnest channels, creators. Just love Paula. She is so real. Me, Myself, and iPhone. Abe the Band. Brothers on Guitar, who's going to be on this show next week. Take Two drum covers. Mozart Drifter did an Eagles cover. I can't tell you why. Love that song. Pole Vault. One More
Ballsy.
Bump. And Dwight the Hitman Bailey. Rocking away. I'm going to finish with 4 more shout-outs and then we'll stop there. Samantha Lee's Originals. Kathy A. Ogram. There's your clarinet player.
She's awesome.
She's just fantastic. Yeah. East Virginia Studio. If nothing changes, nothing changes. A different rendition from what we shouted out last week. Jerry Gomes, a.k.a. Ice Walk. What a flashback. Beautiful stuff. The Baptism of Fire. And then I always save the best for last, and the best for me is my man, Prince Prodigal, Mad Love for 5,000 subs. He reached 5,000 subs.
Yay,
Congratulations, Prince.
Nice job.
Yeah, let's continue with where I'll let you guys.
Cool, very cool.
The
Just want to say hi to
Club.
Fish and Kristen and the Mix Club Bowls. Everybody else that's just joining. Sorry, Donna. He goes by Balls sometimes. She's like, what?
And other times, poo-poo in my diaper.
We're a mature group here. We are.
Yeah, we're all grown up.
I know. Well, Donna, we were talking about real pianos. I am so jealous, first of all, that you have a grand piano. I couldn't fit it if I wanted to, but I had to get rid. I had my childhood piano here. My parents gave it to me when I bought my home. They're like, take the piano. You're the only one that plays it. And I loved it and kept it going for as long as I could. It was like a 1982 console, so I could not tune it after tuning it every year. It was just untunable because of the humid weather, right? I live near the ocean, so. But I went in, my son studied at a conservatory. And he had the same teacher for 10 years who ran the conservatory. And every now and then I'm like, can I just come in when he plays and go upstairs and play the grand pianos? He's like, absolutely.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's just so fun to feel that under your fingers. But but you studied theory, you studied composition. When do you think you first wrote a song, and how do you get your inspiration to write all these different compositions?
Oh, well, I was really young. I played clarinet, so I always would mess around with sheet paper, manuscript paper, and write little tunes for my clarinet. And that was kind of the start. I always knew I would want to do it someday, but it just, you get busy with life and things.
Of course.
And then I started later, and after I was married, I played for church, and I do a lot of improv. I just make up things on the fly and arrange them, by ear. And I thought I need to write this down because people would say, hey, do you have arrangement of that? And I said, no, it's just something I had.
Right.
And so I found a notation program. And this was
I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Early days on floppy disk. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That was way back. Yeah. So I put this program in with a floppy disk program, and I would spend hours writing these arrangements that, would take me a long time because I had to learn how to do notation.
How could it not? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
To learn how to do it on my own. So I started doing that. But that was like back in the 90s. So I always knew I wanted to do more than that. So it was in my idea or in my head that after the kids were, out of the house, that I could go back and, and get a degree in theory and composition and
Good for
really
you.
see if I was doing it correctly. But
Yeah.
I had the ability already there to know what sounded good. And I just needed to, hone it some more. And so getting my degree was my dream. And I really wanted to do it for theory and composition. Of course, I had to have an instrument, and piano was, the best choice.
That was it. Yeah.
So I
See, it's never too late to go back to school, people, and find your dream. Yes.
It's a funny story.
Yeah.
At the time I went back to college, there were 4 of us in the family going at the same time. My 3 daughters were going, and myself.
Oh my gosh.
All at the
How are you
same.
not broke?
So we would meet up for lunch.
That's
It was really fun. It was a fun time of my life, to be able to do that
great.
and do it with my daughters who were also getting their degrees. So,
Well, you're blessed that you were able to do that. Yeah. At the same time. I mean, that's amazing. But
it was.
and so when you do the notation, see, for me, it just boggles my mind because everybody asks me, why don't you write sheet music? Because I wouldn't know what to do with the left hand. And I don't know why that is such a struggle for me. Like I can do a bass note, but I wouldn't know. Yeah. Like, how do you teach that to somebody? Or how do you even does it just come easy because you studied it? Or do you have to study it to know it? Or is it something that's just innate?
There are some people who are natural composers. Yeah. They do improvisation. Okay. So what they have done is in their head and they get it out with their hands on the piano. To translate that takes a little bit more effort because you have to go into the program and say, well, what did I just do? Did I just do eighth notes? Did I do quarter notes? And so the process is there. So if you understand notation and you understand theory, you can take what's, coming out of your, your head.
Yeah.
So when you're playing the piano and know how to get it into, onto paper. And that's something you do. You do need to know some things about theory in that.
Right. And that's where I fall short. Yeah.
That does not mean that the person who does improv is any less talented. They're just in a different mode of it.
Right. Yeah. No, I appreciate that because I've seen people who do it all different styles, and then there's, my son's in a band and the person on keyboards, he's amazing. Right. He's the bass player for them because he does the bass as well. So I don't even need a bass player, but he just improvs like it's going out of style. And I'm like, oh, I would love that. But I wouldn't remember it. But with all the programs nowadays, you can record yourself and throw it in the program and let them do the notation, right?
You can do that too. That's a possibility. A lot of people do that if they don't have time to notate it themselves because it takes hours.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can imagine. Yeah.
Someone to notate it for you. But
what do you use? Do you use certain software if you don't do it by hand?
I don't do anything by hand anymore. I use
There you go.
Finale notation, which has actually been taken over by Dorico. And then I also use MuseScore. Recently, I started using MuseScore because I can get better instrument sounds with them.
I didn't think because I've looked up, I would do a Google search on how to, transpose a song because I would have something in my head. I'd want to transpose it onto paper so I know how to play it. I've tried MuseScore. I've tried the free version. So maybe the paid version is better because it would always spit out these nasty notes at me. Like long staffs and not the eighth notes weren't combined correctly. Like what is the key to using MuseScore?
Yeah, if sometimes it'll translate it wrong. If you try, and it comes out like garbage. So you got to understand.
You know how to move them around and change
it.
But I don't bother with that. I straight, take my little mouse, go in and notate everything. It takes a lot of time.
I bet it does.
That happened to me. I did one of my songs and Clea, as you know, plays piano.
Yeah.
My daughter. But she said, this is nothing like the song you wrote. Now, I wouldn't know. So I just thought it'd be cool to have one.
So you put it into a MuseScore or another software program?
I think it was MuseScore, and it wasn't even close. Not even close.
I have tried that, and it like you said, it turns out garbage.
Yeah.
And so now I use TuneCore, the distributor that I use for my music, I send it off to them. And
Yes, there are companies that'll do a great job.
Fantastic. Like,
Right.
If you just want guitar, if you just want piano, if you just want the bass, you tell them exactly what you want.
Expensive though, isn't it, to get somebody to do that?
Yeah, it's a little costly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's an original song, it's just part of your music, right? And part of what you're doing. So.
But how do you, Donnie, you, first of all, you purposely on a schedule on YouTube, do you purposely put out one a week? Do you try to keep up with the algorithms and a steady schedule? But if you do, how do you do that many songs? I mean, I guess from your repertoire.
I try to get something out every week, but sometimes 10 days or.
Of course, yeah.
Depends on if there's a holiday or we're going on vacation or something.
Yeah.
But I teach Monday through Thursday. So sometimes on Monday afternoon, I'll have like an hour, in between something.
Yeah.
And Tuesday I might have it. And then by Wednesday I'm going, I gotta get busy. And then
gotta get something out. Yeah.
Something in the morning, after I've got the house cleaned up and
right.
By Wednesday night I'm going, I gotta finish this, because Thursday's coming. I do really Thursday, and by Friday it's like, I got it done.
The weekend's here. Yeah.
I recorded. And so it happens, but doesn't happen every time. And then if I got 2 channels, what I do is sometimes recycle something for the second channel.
Yeah.
So
you got it. Yeah.
Because I can't always do 1 or 2, sometimes it doesn't work out.
That's a lot of work.
Things happen.
Or you can stay up till 4 a.m. like me.
That's
the insanity of music.
Yes.
I'm doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I don't stay up till 4, but
let's queue up tee up.
Good, because it's snack time.
Golf season. Let's.
I'll send you one, Donna.
The next track, and this one's Georgiana's "Wake."
Yes.
A Halloween instrumental. This is a lot of fun. This is a great track. Tell us about it.
Tell you, this one was inspired by Halloween, and so it's kind of a zany. And some people have said, "Well, I take it very seriously," and I'm going, "It's not. It's not."
Okay.
Because
fun.
There's even a place where you have to watch for it, but Georgiana appears and then she disappears.
I love it.
Is Tales Told in the Dark still here? Could be a story.
Watch for Georgiana.
All right, everybody watch for Georgiana. We're going to quiz you after this. Hi, Axe.
and timestamp it.
Yes. Frank, by the way, to answer your question, our names are up there, but every time you put a comment on it, our names disappear. See?
Oh.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. You're comment crazy.
You guys can't play.
Click it crazy.
All right. Georgiana's Wake. Let's have a listen. Wow. How beautiful is that?
You unmuted me right as I'm chewing candy. Sorry.
Yeah, I caught you.
Donna, it was so intense. I'm like going, what's the ghost going to jump out? I was so scared. That was awesome. The footage you used, but I think this is the first one, and people are asking in the chat as well, that we heard with other instruments. Can you tell us how you get those other instruments, what you use?
I use MuseScore, and
again with MuseScore. Okay.
Yeah, I write the music, and then the sound is generated through Muse Hub Sounds, and so I select, the best sound for. I mean, the piano that I chose was a real soft felted piano, and then the violins and so forth. But that's what I use for that, and that's not me. That's just a generated piano sound.
Programmed. Okay. How often do you do that? Probably less often than you play for real, right?
Less often, because that takes me more time to do. The more instruments you're writing for, more time it takes. Yeah. So I'm trying to do more, but I might get one of those out every 3 months or something like that. Not real often, but I'm trying to do more. My goal is to do more orchestrations with full orchestra, but that takes a lot of time. So it's a drain.
Yeah. Who did the orchestra for you on that other one again?
What's that now?
Who did the orchestra for you on Mystic Mountain? Was that real orchestra?
Stephen Krauss. He's an amazing composer and arranger, and he's done Mystic Mountain. He's also did Misty Morning.
Yeah,
that's the one that he's arranged for me off of my sheet music, and trying to think what else. Anyway, if you go to his channel, you will be just blown away, because he's simply amazing. He writes the most beautiful music, and he's, if I could write it.
Can you tell me his name again? I'm going to write it down.
It's Stefan, and Krauss, Araus.
One S. Okay.
Yes, he's absolutely
I'll check it out.
Very, very talented. And so, yeah.
Well, you are too, so that was a good match. But yeah, that second song, everybody, where was the ghost? Anybody see Georgiana?
Georgiana.
Actually, Georgiana was playing at the piano, and there was like another face in the corner that freaked me out. It was like just a floating head.
Well, she did a portrait in where the mourners were. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, she was looking at a skull.
Oh my gosh. Perfect. Love it.
All right. I'm going to continue with some shout outs, and then we've got a very important segment coming up, and that's the celebrating the penis and composers in our community. Stop.
That was the worst. Hi, pause.
Okay. What's that?
I'm just saying hi.
Oh.
In the chat.
All right. So we got some upcoming stuff. Submit. We got till May 1st, which is almost 2 weeks away. The deadline for Music for Life charity album. If you'd like to participate, we've got instructions. You can contact me or Jade Star. You all know who you can contact, or Russ, and submit a song for this very important charity for teen cancer. This one is going to be set for Teen Cancer Canada. The next one will be Teen Cancer USA. We've got quite a few tracks going. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's always fun to raise money for such a important cause. All right. 15th Bend has a premiere tomorrow night at 8:30. Congratulations to Leela. I'm reaching 700 subscribers.
Hey, Lily.
If you haven't already, please go over and offer up some support to Leela. She has great stuff on her channel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and she has the Friday night, and we'll shut it out right after Gary and Lori. Flower Fest is Saturday, May 3rd. Sadly, I won't be able to make it. It was postponed to this day. It's Lorenzo's birthday.
Oh.
It's my grandson's first birthday.
You know, you're the second person I heard that can't make it that night that was on the list.
Oh, really?
That's a shame.
Yeah. And next week, as I mentioned, we have on the Community Pulse Brothers. Why did I just draw a blank?
Brothers? I should know too.
Yeah,
Two brothers?
I just please tune in next week.
Brothers on guitar. Brothers on guitar.
Brothers on guitar.
Thanks,
you,
DJ.
Thank you. Wow. All right. Okay, there's a section that we say doing for others that includes Dan Anderson, Leni Perez, Read Between the Lines, Rebel Rocker, Feisty Feather, DJ Big Red, Crimson Crux, Queen Survivor, Mike and Don Genesi. There's so many out there. I'd love to include my friend Mary from Italy. She does a great job of sharing everybody's stuff. These are all fantastic people. You all heard it so many times. Sharon is Karen.
Caring.
I mean, this is how we grow. You know, we support each other. We rise together and build a community outwards and bring everybody back in as one. That's the concept that we're sticking with here on the Community Pulse. I know Lori, Pete, Thomas Christ, Metalhead Hippie all had that same concept going and still do. And I'm just happy to be part of it. Let's get everybody. Nobody belongs to anybody. It's not my people. It's not my guy. It's not, my homegrown. Let's just all grow and grow together and be happy. All right.
Well said, Frankie. Well said. Yeah.
Yeah.
So share each other's post. Only takes 2 seconds. You hit the share button. You write a little thing.
Yeah.
And it goes. But you can also share each other's people, like you said.
Yes. You got it.
He's my guitarist.
Yeah.
No, I love introducing other people to other people. Does that make sense?
That guy came from my channel.
Yes, right?
Yeah, maybe.
It's all good. All good. Okay.
All right. Now, let's do this. We have the pianists and composers of our community. I really love this segment. You all know I do. And I've changed it up.
Uh-oh.
I know you all want to hear more of Donna, and I made a new one today featuring Donna.
Oh,
good. Yeah, so, and I made, I think, a little video. I can't remember what I did now. All right, let's hit.
We'll all find out together.
Go offer up some support. I know Snooks is going to be dropping all these composers' links out there. Please go show some love.
The pianist needs support.
Yes. Pianist. Oop. Let me. I
Intermezzo.
almost forgot to hit pause.
That was awesome. Good job, Frank, on doing the editing on that.
Really great.
Yeah,
one
beautiful
was-
song, Donna.
That was lovely as well.
Yeah.
He's just such a great talent, Donna, and I'm so glad that you accepted this invitation to be on this show. Yeah, and
Thank you for inviting me. I was a little nervous about it.
No.
so were we right though? Isn't this just chill and relax?
Yeah,
And,
that's good. I can do it.
And everybody behaved again. It was like
Everybody
crickets.
behaved.
Except for
I
Gary,
didn't
maybe.
see not one eggplant.
Well, I
shouldn't
saw
have said
one.
it.
Les Nagy threw one out there. I had to approve it as a mod. They're like, not tonight, Les. No. It was awesome. Do you know Chris Durham as well, Donna?
Yes, I do. I follow.
Yeah.
Chris.
Isn't he amazing too?
Amazing.
I mean, there's so many. I'm not just picking him out of that crowd, but
Crazy.
what's that?
His improv is just.
That's what I'm talking about. The improv. I would love to be able to do that.
That's where I met Donna when
Oh,
Chris
really?
had the shows during every Monday. Remember
Yep.
that?
Yep.
Yeah. And first he had it in the morning, and then he moved it to
Yeah.
lunchtime, I think it was. Midday Mondays.
Yeah. I usually.
I was wondering when he did it.
It's the only time I'm always late to it, but it's like I can't do this till real late, so I
Yeah.
put it on and relax.
Yeah.
I should go back and listen to him because I used to just catch him randomly live, and I loved it. I didn't want to leave, but I can't stay for the whole thing if I'm working. But I should go back and listen to him.
That's the only thing.
It's what?
It's pretty long, but
Yeah, I mean, if you're working, but it's beautiful. If you're not, sit there or play it again later. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you teach your students how to
Oh,
coordinate left hand with right hand when it's a different? So I can do that again, but is there a technique to that?
it's thinking. Not if you think it's hard, then it becomes hard. You have to realize it's not any harder than the right hand. It's just a different set of notes.
Right.
It's your hands can do it. It's just a mindset.
Right. It's about trying not to listen to it as you're doing it, right? Because I mean, I'm talking when there's a different rhythm going on in the bass.
Okay. Well, that's the
That's
whole thing with playing the piano is a complex instrument because it's not like playing trombone. You got one
Right.
note or different positions, of course. But with piano, you've got two things. You've got your left brain, your right brain. You have to get it mixed together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is hard. But if you're having trouble and a person is having trouble with doing that, probably a chord approach might be good to start with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're just kind of a set, you set the note down and then the right hand does the stuff. So that's a different approach altogether,
And once they get comfortable with that, then they can move
Right.
up to like arpeggios and all that stuff. Yeah. Or eighth notes. Okay. I watched Karen Baldwin was live the other day and I stopped in and watched her for a while. And she's amazing when she does her boogie woogies because it's a doon, 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 doon constant in the left, right? But then da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
But you have to remember it's an improv that you can just peel it out and then you go move up a step.
And just keep it going without thinking about it
It's
as your
really,
right hand.
like training a dog.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just learn
Woof.
the grooves and you get into them. But it's just don't ever think the left hand is any, has any liabilities because it doesn't. It can do just as well.
Right. Well, I remember freshman year in high school, I had to learn typing, and it was, they taught you exactly where your fingers, same thing. So you would have to train that ring finger. That was the weakest finger of your hand to keep hitting that V, or whatever, and do it over and over and over again. And so it's the same with piano, but I wouldn't be able to teach people like you. I think that's amazing that teaching is one thing.
I can still remember that. F space.
Right? Typing, you just keep doing it.
Space.
Yes. And I type fast now without looking.
I do not type well. I never did.
Oh, wow.
No, terrible typist. I think I'm dyslexic.
But you're a great piano player. How is that
Everything
possible?
goes backwards. It's like I have to reverse it constantly.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kathy.
Well, it's funny. I didn't get any music. Well, I did get a lot of music awards. I shouldn't say that in high school, but I did get the #1 award for fastest typist in my class. I forget what the words per minute is at this point because it was, 5,000 years ago, but that I can still do.
That's great.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do some just a couple more shout outs and then we're gonna go into the next song. This section here is Friday nights is actually so amazing. It starts right at with Dan Anderson at 1:00 in the afternoon. You go right into Valerie Bott at 2, and then right after Valerie comes Charlie Gabaldon, who's got a fantastic channel going.
How do?
And then there's a little break, and we're all hoping that Metalhead Hippie comes back. And then we get into Indie After Dark with Independent Many United. Like I said earlier, open mic and then conversations. And then at 10 o'clock, we got Mr. Smith on at 8:30. He's got some amazing stuff going on right now. And he features Valerie Bott as well. And then we go into Pole Vault and Sunshine Archer, the weekend warm-up, Friday, 10 p.m. Right after that, we are into Lori's show, the Friday Night Hang, 12 a.m. That kicks right into Gary Hubbs, the Parking Lot Warrior, which is 11 p.m. Pacific time, 2 a.m. Eastern time. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the Leela verse, the Midnight Chill, Friday at 3:15 a.m. Eastern time. It's just quite a busy night and a fun night. Saturdays is just as crazy. Again, in the afternoons, late afternoons, we got Chad Freeman back now. I know this Saturday he had the grunge at celebrating grunge music. I think it was at 4 p.m. And then we had, we always, Saturdays, it starts off with Thomas Christ. These are live performances, followed by Jade Star, followed by Pete Johns. And it carries you right into Camp Chime's gig that he does every Saturday. But I do want a special shout out for the Nut House, because I'm addicted to the Nut House at 10 p.m. Saturdays. It's just a fantastic, fun show. It is trending to be the best show on Saturday night. Nut
Ooh,
House,
you hear that?
I'm telling you, please, please, everybody, show up Saturday at 10 p.m. If you don't like it, it's okay. You can leave. But I guarantee you, you're going to love this show. Just the energy in his voice, and Snooks is there, Indy's there. Everybody's just so excited and so glad to be there. You can just feel it.
I love that energy.
Yeah. Niels Hahn Dynasty, another fantastic supporter of not just this channel, of so many other channels. It seems wherever I go, I see Neil there. He's got a fantastic, I love his slogan. Every week I say I'm going to write it down. If he's still here, I would love for him to post it.
You don't know it?
Just slip. I get tired at this time. And then platinum, silver. I just love it. Damn.
Silver and gold.
Yeah. It's a fantastic channel. SE Wolverines. And I'm going to keep shouting them out. Another great channel. Some great stuff on this channel. And this one in particular helped me, inspired me to put together lyrics for the new Ninth Gate song.
Oh, good.
Titled Drones. JM Unleashed Word Games. As we mentioned earlier, JM's putting out some pretty cool music lately. But every Monday at 5 p.m. he has a stream called Word Games, similar to Scrabble. It's a lot of fun. Please go check it out. We got two real cool people that have joined together, Alley Patches, Rich New Designs. Please go follow them up, offer up some support. Again, a lot of fun on that channel, on both of them, what they're doing. Coffee with Rich. Allie's got her gig going. Really cool stuff. Dom Torregrosa and Chris Lane, two of the most respected people in our communities. Dom's got his own show now, Sunday nights at, is it midnight or 10 o'clock?
Oh, it's got to be 10, not
Yeah,
midnight.
10 o'clock.
The slide.
Slide.
Sunday
yeah.
slide.
The Sunday slide. And then, as I mentioned, Camp Gmail every Saturday at 10 p.m. Mr. Smith I got to bring him back up there. I just know where to shut him out. But he also has a show on Tuesdays. So he's back up and running full tilt. Axe and Nachos, Monday and Wednesday. There's another really fun channel. You got the Falcro, the Mix Club, Rhett Balls.
Balls.
You got Noura's Guitar Channel, Pompey Music, another music teacher, Michael Songs, Scotty Butters. Every Tuesday, Scotty's going to be on the show. We got some amazing karaoke and sharing channels. Brenda, Freedom Redbird. We got Miss High and Pendar. You got Jovel de Putzis every Friday. Punk Media Karaoke, Mr. B's Music Addiction, and a lot of fun stuff. Amazing creators in our community, and I'm just proud to be able to shout them out once a week here on this show. And love you all. Keep it coming. All your great work. This is fantastic. The next
Thank you,
song
Frank.
we
A
have,
lot of work for you.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
music.
got a lot of help from everybody. So
No.
especially DJ and folk punk. All right, Intermezzo for violin. Now let me ask you. You mentioned something about violin. Do you play?
I do, but I'm not very good.
You play it as well as the clarinet.
My daughter started taking violin lessons when she was 10. And so she had this little quarter-size violin to learn on. And I thought, well, I probably should learn how to do a little bit too, so I can help her. So I went to her Suzuki lessons, and I'd watch, and then I'd go home and try it on her little violin while I was,
Cute.
kind of small.
Yeah.
So I saw it, and I said, why are you doing that? I said, I just thought it would be fun. He said,
Oh.
I'm going to buy you a violin. So he bought me a violin. So the teacher found out and said, well, you do take lessons for sure now. So I started taking lessons. And I continued.
Amongst everything else that you do, oh my goodness.
I don't play anymore, though. And that's what I don't play well. I broke my wrist about 4 years ago, something like that. And then that kind of ruined my career with the violin.
Oh, yeah.
But
How is it playing the piano? Because I'm starting to get arthritis, and I'm like, I don't want to lose my hands. I want to play the piano the rest of my life.
Yeah, I had physical therapy to bring it back, and
So it does hurt, right? When using them all the time.
Yeah, it hurt really, really bad the first few months after I broke it and got the cast off, and I had surgery too. So I had to build it back up, and that was right when I started my channel.
Oh wow!
First channel, and so it was a real struggle, but it really helped me because I was practicing, these songs that I was writing, and it really helped me get my range of motion back. But there's still some limitations to it. I'm not totally like I was before. But yeah.
Those octave reach, right? Like the stretching it really far. Yeah.
But the violin is just really hurts for me to play it anymore. Just that twisting back like this.
I bet. Yeah.
That just really kills me. And I'm trying to get beyond it. But at this point, I don't feel like it's important. My piano music is too important. And I can always use a plug-in for a violin.
There you go.
I do. I don't.
So how long ago did you write this one? Was it before the injury or?
Oh, no. The injury was before I started my channel. So this one was probably 2 years ago, I think, something like that.
All righty.
All right. The sign of a good teacher is a teacher willing to be taught. That's just amazing.
Definitely.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Intermezzo for violin and piano. Wow.
Wow. Stunning. Stunning. I think everybody gets the chills when they hear your music.
Thank you.
It's such a change. There are people like, I don't normally just listen to classical music, but when I do, so there might be people like me, it's still just so relaxing. It just, I don't know, takes you places. My parents love the opera, so I heard it a lot at home or in the car riding with them. And I just love that type of music as well. It's just, not my go-to when I'm going shopping, but it's awesome. Applause, everybody.
I'm just watching this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In here.
Appreciate it.
Ron Ward in the house.
Ronnie, baby.
Ronnie, baby.
He's
Great to
awesome.
see you, Ron. I love what you're doing, man. Some great stuff.
I love the breakfast walks that he does. Oh my God. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Up at 6 a.m. going down the streets of Vietnam and eating steak for breakfast. I love it. It's my type of guy. Hi, Barry Glenn. So pause and guitars is like, how do you people do all this? So writing, teaching, parenting, YouTube, visiting channels. We talked about this a little, Donna. It's hard to keep up with not only the comments that you're getting, and you want to be, kind and reciprocative, whatever the word is, and write back to them, but to go to other people's channels and leave a comment and listen to the whole song, because that's important too for the algorithms, right?
Right. Yeah, you have to listen to the whole song. It's really rude not to.
It's rude, yeah.
So I don't get to all the channels that I'd like to. I try. It's more like I have to choose. It's like, if I'm going to spend an hour or two in the evening, I've got to choose not, everybody. I just have to pick and choose each day.
Yeah.
Because there's no way if you're going to do really listen to the whole thing and then make a good comment. So
It'd be impossible. Yeah, it would just be hitting like and skipping around everywhere. Yeah.
Right. So I keep that in mind too when I don't see someone at my channel and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't been to your channel in a long time." I say, "Well, listen, I haven't probably been to yours either. It's not that I don't love your music. It's just we only have so much time."
Exactly. You and I are on the same page, Donna. I say the same thing. Like if someone doesn't come to my live show, if someone doesn't comment, I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel obligated. I know everybody has a million things going on. Don't, it's fine. I'm not living here for the comments, but
right. Yeah.
It's, you try to spread yourself around because, it's not all about just putting music out there and waiting for people to come to you as well.
Well,
but you can't do it all.
Yeah. I do know some people that, when they first started out, they would, were commenting and watching everyone's video. And then suddenly they just stopped altogether. And it's just like, that seems a bit, I don't know, not friendly or to totally drop it. But they said that they just couldn't do it anymore. And they just cold turkey did them and they shut it. It's like, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't because number one, I'd miss all those beautiful, videos.
Right.
Number two, I'd miss the friendship.
Yeah.
And then the camaraderie. I mean, there's so much you miss if you totally say, well, I'm not going to go to any more channels because I don't have for it.
Ashley said it in the chat. Whether she was joking or not, but it's like you need a daily planner.
Right.
Everything involves time management.
Yeah, Kristen.
Right? Like for me, I'm committed to this show.
Right.
So I have to, and whoever's in the chat that knows that I've commented on their stuff, you're going to notice it's either between 6 a.m. to 8, because I'll commit those 2 hours.
Right.
Sometimes if I get a client that doesn't show up in the middle of the day, I'll stop in for about an hour and listen to some music, but I'm always doing some paperwork or something on the desktop.
That's how it has to be. Like unless you're not working, it has to be in your free time. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's me because I'm doing this show.
Right. You understand what people are about.
Yeah. People don't have to do this 4 times a day. They can, like you're saying, you choose a time, pick a time, and then, because let's face it, there's a lot of content creators that'll put up 5 or 6 a week.
I can't do that. I mean, I can't see them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they get buried. And like you said, you have to spread yourself around. So you can't comment on one person's 5 songs when you have other people that you want to get to as well and hear it. And it doesn't mean you don't like it or appreciate the fact that they're putting out songs. But yes, Kristen, you're awesome. Thank you. More super chats for Frank if you're willing. But yeah, you have to pick and choose your time. I do the same thing that Frank, well, mostly on my breaks.
Yeah.
Or it's either when I'm lying in bed before I go to bed, I'll catch up.
All right.
It's on a lunch break or it's on a cigarette break. I'll out there and go through it. But I have other things other than YouTube to check as well. I have emails and family messages. And
I know.
Friend comment. Yeah. So we all have everything.
You do?
Yeah, you do. So I don't know if we answered your question, Pause, but yeah, it's hard to do it all, but it's possible if you're crazy like us.
Yeah, you have to be crazy to do YouTube, really.
Well, it's if you're trying to grow. So my only advice to someone out there who's trying to grow their channel, it's a business and you have to treat it like a business, or you don't, but don't expect it.
Yes.
It's not going to grow on its own. You need to nourish it. How are you going to do that? You got to go out, expose yourself, go to other channels, other streams, other artists. And for the most part, another artist is going to come, and I'm not talking sub for sub, but for the most part, if you believe in your music, you go to somebody's channel, they're going to come back to your channel. And if they like what you're doing, they're going to continue to come back as you are for theirs.
Right.
So
Right.
again, it's not like grow and then stop and think you can sit back, because
Yeah, I've seen a few do that.
you
Yeah.
just can't do that. If you want it to grow,
It's a little
It's a
little
commitment.
lazy,
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
also a little selfish to think that.
Selfish is the way I feel.
Yeah, it's like,
one
we're
particular friend that she's probably got 20,000 by now, but she doesn't visit any channels, none.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
how could she? But she could do a few. I mean,
Yeah.
But then there's also
Hi,
creators
Richard.
out there. Like I know a few that won't comment, but they've heard it,
yeah,
right? And
Right.
like sometimes that'll happen to me. Like I'll just go
they're not
back.
commenters.
I'll listen to it in the car. If I'm going for an hour,
Or you forget to comment, but you hit the like because you listen to it. Yeah.
yeah. Or I'll go
Yeah, there's-
back in 3 hours back and just kind of hit like and add it to my playlist. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
But I
there's
know
different. Yeah, there's different ways to support too. Sometimes you can do a shout out.
Yeah. Yes.
Have
Yes.
a post and say, hey, watch so and so. Or maybe you haven't seen all their videos, but you're still trying to promote them. You can do that because it only takes a couple minutes.
That's what the sharing's all about. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then you share them on Facebook or
Yeah.
different places like that. You
Yeah.
you always be looking for someone else trying to help them, especially the small channels that need that.
I had someone, a YouTuber, when I first started years ago. I had maybe 70 subs, and I would always reply to the comments, and they said, "Well, that's easy for you now, but wait till you have as many subs as I do." And I said, "No, this isn't about how many people I have to comment back to. It's about respect and about
Right.
my ethic. Like, I want to thank people. I don't care if I have to thank 50. I'm going to thank them."
You're going
And
to, and
you know what?
should.
Mark my words, I still do to this day, and I have 7,000 now. So not that 7,000 comment on my stuff, but I mean,
That's great.
I just want to say to him, yeah, in your face. It's not polite to not comment when someone comments to you.
I know. That's one thing I make sure I do, that, I may not get to it like for a couple of days if I'm, running around,
Right.
but I make sure every comment gets, something back,
That's awesome. Donna.
respond, because I think that's really important. I know the channels that always comment on mine, and then I'll say, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And then they say, you're very welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming back with something, it's like, whoa. It's like,
Yeah.
they really go beyond. But yeah, I always appreciate that because I know they really mean it. It's not
Absolutely.
just, like,
Yeah.
Oh, thanks a bunch. So-and-so.
Well, sometimes you get the strangers that, and you probably don't get this because you have a lot of original pieces, but on mine, you get the strangers. Wow, I really love that song. Check out my channel. I did the same song.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
who are you? I will if I have time, but who are you? Got to get to know you first,
Yep.
Yeah, there are a lot
There's
of
our
people that like
favorite
to.
pilot.
Yeah.
Gary, great to see you.
Gary Shaver.
All right, it is getting late, and Vince Janella is probably just getting warmed up by now.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this next song, it's a collab between yourself, Donna, Diane Delmas, which I am a supporter of,
Yes.
and Jack. Is it Jack Overseas or Jack from Overseas? Or did
No,
I-
Jack Overseas is his last name.
Oh, okay, great.
Frankie.
I thought I just typed it. No, I thought I
And
just
he's
cut
got
it
a
Jack
out.
from the UK.
He's got a wonderful channel too. Check
Yeah,
him out. He sings
I will.
so wonderfully.
Really? Do we have links
I
here?
think I am sub to him.
I
but
love
sometimes
his
I don't hit
singing.
the notification bell, so I will double check that. And this song is called La Licorne de Mars.
We weren't going to try to
Right?
pronounce this.
Yeah, I won't pronounce it, but it means the sea unicorn. And
The
the
sea
project
unicorn.
was an idea of Diane. She's a radio announcer in France, or was.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
and she had the idea. She wanted to show the plight of, our sea animals like the whales and the dolphins, and that they're, the oceans are getting trashed and so forth. So she approached me and said, would you write an original for this, and I'll do the narration, and Jack will join you with that. And so that's how that came about.
Awesome. I was going to ask you before I even met you if you've done collabs, and now I see, even by the songs you picked tonight, that you've done a lot of collabs, and that's great.
Yes.
Thank you, Jack Overseas. DJ just posted his link if anybody wants to go over there.
Awesome. Seven Dust, thank you for being here right from the start. I appreciate you. All right. Let's give it a spin.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Depuis les millénaires, nous nageons librement à travers les océans, inconscients que notre avenir est en danger. Licorne des mers, c'est ainsi que vous nous nommez. Mais que restera-t-il de nous quand 100 ans se seront écoulés? Des livres de contes aux histoires édulcorées, dont nous serons devenus bien malgré nous les héros fantasmés. Au nom de tous les cétacés, moi, licorne des mers, je m'adresse à votre humanité. Sauvez notre bel océan tant qu'il en est encore temps. Si vous restez bras croisés, nous en serons demain les naufragés, comme vous l'êtes aujourd'hui de votre terre épuisée. Qu'avez-vous fait de nous? Qu'avez-vous fait de vous?
Wow. That is absolutely.
What a gorgeous one to end with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they, so you just ask them to, do they improvise obviously, or do you have something in mind and say, this is what I want you to do on the guitar? Jack, and this is
That was all Jack's doing.
it was Jack. Okay.
Yeah, he created the video too. All I did was write the original song and perform it. Then I sent them my video, and then they did the rest. So
Amazing.
that
Yeah,
was-
your piano went perfect with it. Now I know we joked earlier about what that means, la licorne de mer, and I looked it up.
Yeah.
I Google translated it. It's the unicorn of the seas.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So beautiful. Well done. And I just subbed to Jack, and I need to sub to. Yeah, I need to sub to Diane too. I'd never heard of Diane Frank, but I subbed to Jack, and I immediately saw some songs. I'm like, oh, I love that song. He does a couple of covers too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diana has a wonderful channel.
Yes, she does.
I'd love to check it out for sure.
Wonderful friend of mine.
Hi, Synth. Oh, is she? Oh, good. Thank you for the super chat, Synth. Synth was on my panel Friday. His first time panel member on my show Friday.
I saw it on replay. And Tony.
With Tony Howie. Yeah. Good times.
That's amazing.
Synth does a good Charles Manson impression. He looks like him when he takes his glasses off. I said, please don't take your glasses off again. I'm scared.
Well,
anyhow, that was beautiful. It's so awesome to get to know you more, Donna, and
Thank you.
more the woman behind the music. One thing I didn't get to is you have a huge family. How many people in your family?
Well, we have 5 grown children. They're all married, and we have 18 grandchildren.
18. I have
Donna,
one.
Lori and I were telling her we're just celebrating our first.
Just one. How do you divide your time? It's like, how do you divide your time on YouTube and work? How do you divide your time with all the grandkids? But they're all scattered, right?
Scattered. The only ones that are in town are close by. There's 3, then 2 not too far away. The rest are out far. So, but holidays are really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Frank, you were talking about Easter, how it's hard. Like once the kids start getting older, then they go to the in-laws. So I'm like, I'm Italian, right? I want everybody under the same roof. I want everybody together.
Yeah,
we still had Sunday. We had 27 people at my brother's house. Yeah. And that wasn't including my stepsons and their kids who we saw earlier in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a big family. But
crazy. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it. And
thank you so much for coming on the show. It was.
I wish I could have commented.
Amazing. What's that?
I wish the comment thing would have worked. I would have said thank you, everyone. I just really.
You're going to have an opportunity to, and most of the people in this chat and many others in these communities know the difficulty of being on screen. At least they know me. I can't even go. All I can do is highlight. But yeah, I want to thank Snooks for posting all the links for Donna. I appreciate you. DJ Big Red, your work is just, and Folk Punk, you guys do so much for this show. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the supporters. Thank you to all who have come on to this show tonight and supporting all these artists. Please stop by Donna's. I'm sure you have already, and offer up some support. You will not be disappointed, as you know. And Donna, after hearing that last, and I will say this, after hearing that last collab you did with Jack, I have a brother who I consider a brother in this community by the name of Hetriani, and you met him. I would love
that. Would be crazy.
Do.
Oh yeah.
He actually, he's brilliant. I would just love if you guys would come up with a collab.
And even if you did like metal, that would be such a cool combination. You know how they do that sometimes? They mix a classical with and then throw in some a metal. So you know more than anything, Donna.
He did with the song that we have coming up for the charity album.
Oh,
God. His addition to that is just gorgeous.
You guys, when you hear the song that Frank wrote, I'm so lucky to be on. And then Hetriani, and Hetriani just like blew me away with the sound of what he did.
He's just one of those, and I'm sure Jack, once we visit Jack's channel, it's going to be similar. You can just tell by the style that he's got a heavy guitar sound, but yet he's got that gentle touch in.
Yes, he also does a lot of. He sounds kind of like Western. He's got a Western.
Oh, really?
He's like an
nice.
Australian or French cowboy.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
It's really cool.
I'm going to hit him up for a collab next too. Hetriani's list is way too long.
Captures. Great to have you. Thank you for being here tonight, Kathy Short. Everybody who was in the chat.
Kathy.
Yes. And
Kathy's done one of my songs once too. She's put words to it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Kathy's
She's got an
We had her on
amazing
the show
voice.
not long ago.
I was the co-host for Kathy as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Look at you.
I get all the cool chicks.
Joey.
Yes, Joey.
Joey is a strong supporter of my channel. I really appreciate her.
Joe is amazing. Everybody is.
She sent me a message saying, yeah, she couldn't wait for this show. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, Lori, any last words and additions here? And we'll close out with Donna's last words.
Yeah, no, I just want to say a pleasure to meet you, Donna. Obviously, we've known each other just through the web on YouTube. And
I want to say hi to Mike and Diane, or Mike and Dawn too.
Mike and Dawn, yeah.
They're just really special too.
Yeah.
And again, they're the ones that sent me over to your channel probably 3 years ago, whenever it was. And I was like amazed because I'd love to, again, listen to piano players that go way beyond my level, but it's just, it impresses me so much. So pleasure to meet you. You have such a talent. You're a wonderful person. So I'm glad I could be here tonight with you. And thank you, Frank, for asking me.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay.
So this is a new version, right?
Yes. Any last words that you want to give anybody out here, Donna?
I just appreciate all the support I've gotten, and there actually have been some new people come to my channel just this week.
Yay!
And they mentioned your name, Frank. They said they came because of you, so I appreciate that.
Which
And,
is because of the whole community.
yes, because of the community, and so I've met some channels and made some great contacts. So I really appreciate it.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. That's what it's about.
I'm glad to hear. That's why I love you all. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to close out with a premiere of Lizaday's new track. It's a remix of Family,
Hey, Donna.
and she's titled it Family Gold 25 Revisited. And I'm just so glad that she gave us the green light to use this as our closing theme. It's a beautiful track, and it's everything. And for me, it means everything for what this community stands for. Family, love you all. We're gonna close out with Lizaday.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Donna.
Thanks, Donna. Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Cool.
Sister, brother, father, mother, we are one and the same. Friends, chosen, hearts shared, a force of nature. We are family, forever like a diamond, special treasure. We shine. And we're not part of one another. Our love is gold. Family. Family.
The cards, we'll weather it together. Wherever we are in the world, our home is where the heart is. No matter how far apart we may find ourselves doing, it don't matter, baby. We are the same. Forever we will be. Brother, sister, father, mother. We are one together. Wherever we are in the world, our home is where the heart is. However hard the cards may fall, we win.